Well, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in
The Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, good evening, and welcome to the Numbers Guys on, what's today, 9/14/2023. Yes, sir. Week 2 of the NFL season. You guys, you have found the best show. I'm talking about the best show. I'm not lying when I say this. We're 4 finance guys. Tonight, it's going to be 3 finance guys. We have a special guest. I'll get that to in a second. But we're 3 finance guys this week. Get together, drink beer, talk about sports, talk about our top picks, eat chicken wings. Again, not this week. We'll maybe talk about that a little bit more here in a minute. And have an all-around good time. We BS on this show.
Crochet?
You might crochet. You sew, I think, don't you? We talked about that last week.
A little bit.
Yeah. But hey, listen, if you are streaming this live on YouTube, it is great to be with you. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube Music, wherever you happen to get your media, it's great to be with you there as well. And we would love it if you would give us a subscription. We would love it if you would give us a like. That would be really, really awesome. I'm JT. I'm one of the numbers guys. I'm in the producer's chair tonight. You may know me as Mr. Midwest. You probably don't. My boy Tones does. And with us tonight for the entire hour is not Tones. Not Tones this week. We got my boy Dale Dubb. What is going on, man?
Oh, JT, I'm just happy to be here. This is fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man. It's good to be in studio with you this time.
Oh, I hope Anthony's okay, but I was happy that an opportunity showed up to come back up and see you guys.
Yeah.
Missing in action right now.
Well, I kind of knew as of yesterday night that he wasn't going to be able to be with us today.
Okay.
Yeah, God rest his soul. D-Dub, how are you, pal?
I'm just happy to be here. Getting a lot of feedback on the show.
Yeah, a lot of feedback last week.
2 different people said I have dead eyes. I don't know what that means.
Well, I never noticed that before. I know, you're looking good.
Losing the tan, but nevertheless, fall. Got a hooded sweatshirt on, and it's not 90 degrees up here.
Yeah,
so,
it's relatively comfortable.
Yeah.
Low 80s probably.
What's the cure for dead eyes? Do we know? Do we have them?
Billy Bat
Sounds
said dead
serious.
eyes.
That's right.
I thought that was a joke. There's no punchline for that, Rich?
I'm just asking.
Oh, okay.
I'm worried about my man Dubs over here.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to be called having dead eyes.
Right? The most
I don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. Whoever said it.
My man over there representing his hometown of San Diego. We've got Richie Rich
Go Padres.
at the end of the night. I like that shirt. You don't see too much Padres garb around here.
No, not at all.
Oh.
If he was to stand up, those pants perfectly match the Padres shirt.
Nice. You're wearing pants this week. That's
Am I wearing
That's a big bonus. Yeah. Well, folks at home, we have a killer show. I know I say that every week, but I think I mean that even more so than before. I mean it. Tonight is going to be the best show, the best numbers guys show that you guys have seen to date. Let me tell you what we're going to do. We have a news segment. I don't know if we even talked about this that much, but we have a segment called Studs and Duds. Studs and Duds. And
This is a pro wrestling conversation piece.
I went round and round with this. I was going to call it Cheers and Jeers initially. And then I thought, what if we call it Studs and Puds? But then I thought, the kids probably, that's not okay, to use that sort of Middle English there. So
Right.
I
It's
went
like
with
the same as saying cheers and queers.
We can't say that either. Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, Yeah.
Not gonna do it.
So, of course, the way this will work is we'll each pick a stud of the week. Could be a team, could be a player, could be Could even be a play, I guess, if there was some outrageous play in a particular game that you wanted to talk about. That'd be your stud. And then, of course, my dud for this week. I wonder if you guys would each have the same one. That's kind of the loser of the week, if you will. All right, so we're going to do that. Of course, we do have some trivia because we need to determine who's going to buy the beer next week. This week, Richie had to buy the beer. And Dale Dub was kind enough to bring us in some as well. So I'm going to have to stick around the studio for a while after and make sure I can drive home. It should be good. We're going to go over last week's picks. We have our latest segment, Bet It or Forget It. That's what I called it last week. Really, it's just the whole NFL in something like 30 minutes or so. So we're going to go through every NFL game and give our just our opinion on each one. So we're going to do that. Of course, we're going to have our top picks. But as we start every week, every episode of The Numbers Guys, it's time for a little libation exploration. You guys ready for that?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the Numbers Guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. As I said before, it was Richie's turn to buy the beer, and he picked out, this is going to be kind of something similar to what we had, was that last week we had the controversy sales?
Yeah, it should be pretty similar.
Yeah,
for
I like those. I'm going to put this on the screen right now. This is the website. This is Imperial Mayan. It's an imperial stout with coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, and habaneros. So there's going to be a little zing to this probably, right? This is from Oddside Brewery, Outside Ales in Grand Haven, Michigan. And this, wow, what is the 9% ABV?
Yep.
9% ABV. Isn't that something? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it if you guys want to. Oh, by the way, I do have a new rating system that I came up with here. I'm going to put that on the screen for you. Oh, this is actually King of Wings. That's not right. Bear with me 1 second. I'm doing graphics a different way this week, too. So let's see how this works. Okay, so rating scale. There it is. You can give it a 5-star rating, which I'm going to drive across the town for this shit. You could give it a 4-star rating, which is I'd buy that with no hesitation. You can give it a 3, which is I wouldn't kick it out of bed. You can give it a 2, which I'll choke it down for the show so I don't look like a puss. Or of course, number 1 is going to be a hard pass, which is nastier than Flint's water.
You know, I would probably flip 2 and 3 on that rating system, but everybody's got their own ratings.
That's true. Everybody has their own. So feel free. That way, we're not using Prez's ratings anymore.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this here. I'll get a quick shot of this. If Rich, did you try it yet?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this in a couple years. It's definitely a fallish beer. The flavors you explained, I think, were the reason I really like to try it. Like anything with a little kick in it interests me. I think Odd Style is also in. That's in Grand Haven, guys?
Yes.
You guys know? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't made it out to that brewery yet, but they always seem to kick out some interesting flavors. And I had to pick this up on the fly. Saw it no less than 10 minutes ago. So I brought it to the studio for you guys to try. I hope you guys like it as much as I do.
Yeah, I'm thinking we will. I'm going to try this out and see if this works. See if we can get a kind of a idea what that looks like. It's definitely dark. I don't know if it's as thick and viscousy
No.
as his last week's.
Has a little viscosity.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. This is. But looks good. Looks good. All right. Dale, did you get a chance to taste that?
I did taste it, and it's almost like going back a couple of weeks ago, right? Exactly what it says. I taste everything it mentions. It performs. It's fantastic, but gosh, I don't think I could do more than 1 can.
No, it's a one can.
If we had a little appetizer, main course, dessert, that falls right in there. But I can't see myself knocking down 6 or 7 of these on the golf course. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, it definitely is. It hits everything that it mentions on its description on the label. Boom, on the nose.
That habaneros. I feel that at the end.
I'm
right?
totally feeling that. Yeah.
And so if last week was a 5, right, in my opinion,
Yeah. Last week I'd say was a 5.
Anthony probably would disagree. This is borderline 4, but I'm going to put it in the 3 because that at the end there, that habanero, it's not bad per se, but it's a little harsh. I feel it.
Yeah.
But it's borderline 4.
Yeah. I think the flavor profile itself was pretty much the same as last week, but add in the habanero.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Like you feel it, you can feel it like kind of sit burning in your stomach. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm saying is that, if let's pretend we're not in a hot ass studio and it's 20 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Maybe you're sitting around the fire.
Good
This
call,
is maybe what you grab out of the fridge. And it's definitely not. Any fall beer we probably bring in here is not going to be a 9-hole type deal.
That's a great call right
That's a
there.
good point. That is a good point.
No Boss Tweed.
No.
It's like this would be fantastic, like on Thanksgiving Day,
Yeah.
like in the Silverdome parking lot or something.
Sure.
Waiting for the lines to kick off.
Little Boston Market on the side. Right?
Little Thanksgiving with the Stofers there.
I'll tell you what, guys. This I think it's pretty damn tasty. I'm gonna go give this a 4. I'd buy it without hesitation. I'm certainly not gonna drive for it, but I would do more than kick it out of bed. I'd maybe make sweet love to this. I don't know, but it's pretty good.
It seems like a beer that you're going to drink out of a glass as well. Drinking it out of the can. I believe that might make a difference.
You think it makes it more habanero-y? Is that possible?
I don't know. But I feel like this is 9%, and because of that habanero, you get that like kind of hard liquor, at the end.
A little bite.
And that's a
Yeah.
great way to put it.
The one last week was smooth, man.
Yeah.
I didn't feel 12% of nothing.
No, not until after.
Not until the morning.
Yeah, the morning was a little rough.
It might have been the 2 top shelf Long Islands you had over after the show, Rich. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. You think?
No, I'm pretty sure it was
I think
11%.
it was the beer. Okay.
And that wasn't 12 ounces either. Wasn't that like a 16 ouncer?
Yeah, those were 16s. Those were 16s.
We had a couple rounds at Hilltop that night. A couple rounds of Busch Light.
Yeah, we had an all-around good time that night. My brother in town, we had a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm going to look this one up on the internet here real quick. The 903 Brewers. This is what
Oh.
Dale Dub brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really, it's the kind of beer where you say, who's going to drink that? But when I looked at it and I studied it a little bit, it brought me to a point where I was like, when I'm waiting in line at Disney World,
You had that in your mind's eye, huh?
and I'm looking up there at the Dole Whip, and I'm buying 6 of them for everybody in my family, and they all cost about $15. It almost made me not want to buy it, but if it tastes anything like those, this is going to be a steal because these actually are cheap beers. They come in a 6-pack, and they only cost about $2 a can. So,
Oh, no kidding.
I'm hoping it's a great dessert beer. That was my plan. I wanted to go with something a little easier going than the Boss Tweed I brought a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I'll tell you, this is interesting. The can says it's Polynesian Whip, pineapple, lactose, and vanilla-flavored cream ale. I bet that's going to be delicious. 6.5% alcohol by volume. They even give you it pairs with churros, big ears, and feeling goofy.
So
Hey, I think we're on
this is a
something.
carnival beer, is what you're telling me?
No, that was what was that one you were saying?
Dole Whip at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not familiar with
Can't
that.
pass that up. It's right next to the Family Robinson tree craziness there. But yeah, it's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. It made me think about that. Has anybody given it a taste yet?
Probably about that time.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a pour here.
It's a exact opposite of the Mayan Oddside ale that we're drinking.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
might be.
Wow.
There we go. So that's going to be light, somewhat hazy, not too much. Nice little white head on there. All right, let's give it a shot here and see.
Well, I don't even know how to explain that. It's pretty magical.
Magical indeed.
That is
I
tasty.
think old Walt himself signed off on this one.
I'll tell you what, it's a pretty literal
Yeah. I mean,
translation here.
if you were to put pineapple and whipped cream together in a beer,
Damn, this is good.
6.5% too.
That's right in your wheelhouse,
It'll
Dub.
sneak up on you.
Yeah. All right.
is there any banana in here, or is it just pineapple?
I think it's the vanilla that you, because I kind of feel
Yeah.
the same thing, right?
Polynesian Whip. Polynesian Whip. Polynesian Whip.
I'm looking on their website here. I can't seem to find the dang beer.
It's a cream ale.
Who is this now?
It's the 903. 903.
Sherman, Texas.
Straight out of Texas, baby.
Everything's better out of Texas.
Everything's bigger.
That's right. I've never had anything from them. but I think I'll definitely try some more.
I think it's next to the 6666 ranch
Oh.
down there.
Oh,
What?
it's probably on tap down there.
Yeah, definitely. I
I
can
don't
see a
know
bunch
what-
of cowboys drinking this.
Yeah.
Is that where
for
The White
breakfast.
House. They serve it at the White House. I do have to admit, I've never tasted it until approximately 30 seconds ago. And it reminds me of a little something that happened to me once
Oh boy,
where
how deep down the rabbit hole are we going?
I was at a beach one time and enjoying some fantastic frozen drinks, maybe daiquiris, and somebody knocked over the container of Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion on the spoon, and I didn't realize it. And I mixed it up with the spoon that had accidentally got the Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion on it, and took a drink of my drink, and this is exactly what it tasted like.
So you've been doing it that way ever since
So
then.
30, I tell you, 30 years ago, I could have been the guy in charge of this 903.
But this says non-toxic. So
You can eat
Well,
copper
got that
toner.
going for it.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is
As long as it
this is
doesn't
good.
expire, I think it's okay to drink in small doses.
This is pretty wild. Like it's again. I know it's not 9% or 12%, but 6.5%, and it's so like smooth. There's no aftertaste or no bitter beer face or
Yeah, it's good. It's what it is.
very good.
Dude, I'll
Very
tell you,
good.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'll lead with this. I'm giving this a 5. I would drive across town for this shit.
Oh, JT, come on,
Oh, I'm
strong.
there, man. This is fantastic.
My 5 means tell 5 friends about it. I put it in the 5s.
All right, all right.
What do you think, Rich?
Yeah. Well, I'm not kicking it out of bed. I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna drive across town for it, but I am pleasantly surprised because when you see pineapple and vanilla cream ale, you're wondering what you're gonna get, and it's a quality product.
Yeah.
Roll the dice, that's for sure. But yeah, this is not. It's not my Fab Five. It's not Fab Five Freddy. But I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna go a solid 4. I just don't think. I think that if I had to drink one nice big pint of this thing, I think I love it. I just don't know if I could have more than that. Just very similar to the odd
Yeah.
side.
I don't know. The lactose probably catch up to me.
Yeah, it is. That's one of the 3 ingredients.
You don't wanna share number 2 or 3 in the bathroom. You know,
Yeah, the 3's tough.
3. Yeah, that's a lot of tolerance there.
All right, guys, and we have one more thing. We're kind of having an expanded libation exploration today.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's 9:30 right now.
Well, yeah, we'll hurry through this one. This a buddy of mine dropped off for me. He said this is his favorite bourbon. Now I know he's a bourbon guy. I don't know if he's quite to the level that Rich is as far as his bourbon journey goes, but this is Weller. It's the original wheated bourbon, Antique 107. Of course, made in Kentucky, 53.5% alcohol by volume, 107 proof.
Oh,
Yeah, so
it's a little more.
that's a little bit more, and I got the website up here. This is a Buffalo Trace brand, part of the Buffalo Trace family here. And it's supposed to be full-bodied, balanced palate, 107 proof, complex taste, bold finish. And the tasting notes, sweet and unusual floral notes coupled with vanilla, which is right in my wheelhouse. Taste is very well balanced with sweet fruit notes, strong vanilla undertones, sharp and spicy tones with a cinnamon finish. Holy cow. Rich, you try it yet?
Yeah, I did. It hits you. It's very bold up front, but smooth at the same time. It's definitely something I'd add to. I've never had this, and I was glad you brought it in. And then it's something I would like to mortgage in the future on a 5.0 Ram at home pick.
Do you have one of those today?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. He's working on it. D-Dub, now I know you're not a big bourbon guy.
I'm not a
pal.
big bourbon guy. Have I said that before?
You mentioned it, yeah.
My lips are on fire right now.
It's got some heat to it, right?
Is that habanero?
It might be having the habanero first and then going into this. I don't know, but I'm feeling the same sensation you are.
This is Paul Weller's select. No,
Nothing to do with Paul Weller.
I don't. I think it's pretty good. I guess I'm becoming a bourbon
Wow.
connoisseur.
Yeah, you probably had more bourbon since we started the show than you've ever had in your life, right?
An infinite amount of percentage on that one, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Infinity
get
and beyond.
you. Yeah.
So you said Buffalo Trace. Do you? I'm not an expert. Do you know anything about that Buffalo Trace?
I've had their just Buffalo Trace bourbon.
I
Like they're
believe,
straight up.
and don't quote me on this. I think they just like distribute for a lot of other bourbon companies.
Okay.
So like that Pappy's.
Yeah. Is that a Buffalo Trace brand?
If it's not the brand, but it's through the Buffalo Trace distillery or somehow.
Okay.
So if you watch that special on Netflix that we were talking about in week 3,
yeah, where they stole the
5?
Pappy?
yeah,
Yeah.
the Heist it's called. They talk about Buffalo Trace that the heist, if you will,
Okay.
came right out of the Buffalo Trace distillery.
Interesting.
So, just because, I don't know, you'd have to look at it, but I think Weller might be still a brand on its own, and it's just associated with. I'm boring everybody out there.
No,
right
no, no.
No, it's all right.
now. But
Buffalo Trace is also the oldest distillery in the U.S. as well.
Buffalo Trace is fantastic.
The
There you
only
go.
one allowed to operate during Prohibition for medicinal purposes.
As off the top of your head there, Rich?
Yeah.
You have the
Well,
website up over there, Richie?
No.
No?
I've heard
Come
it once
on.
or twice on the Rogan show, though.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So full disclosure, every time one of my daughters has a soccer tournament in Ohio, I stop at the store and buy a bottle of Weller because it's the best and it is cheap in Ohio and it's available. So I'm familiar with this brand and I don't know if we're throwing numbers out, but on this scale of 1 to 5, I'll probably give it about a 5.5.
Wow. 5 plus the hook.
Dale,
Alright.
you're a bourbon aficionado?
Nah,
Oh.
but I make sure I have it on hand at the house.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, I've never had this. And
You have more than 2 kids. I
I'm
hear
enjoying
you.
it. I'm enjoying it. Antique 107, 107 proof. Yeah, I'm going to give that a 5 too. I can't imagine anything tasting much better than that. You know what I'm
5.
saying?
It's a
Other than
fiver.
Pappy's.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the 4 because I think the other one with the what was it?
Caribou?
From Blanton?
Or Blanton.
Yeah, I
Blanton.
put the Blanton at 5, but that's just me.
Okay.
There could be 2 5s for sure, but I don't
certainly.
know enough bourbon to. I'm gonna put this at 4. Keep the Blantons at 5. What was the other one that had a figurehead on top of?
We had the Blanton and the Caribou.
Caribou,
Yeah.
and the Caribou is probably
Never
3.
had Caribou.
I'll tell you, the Caribou didn't taste like much,
Oh, really?
but you could guzzle it if you wanted to.
Until I discovered Weller, I think it was the Green Label Weller. Until I discovered it, I was a Blanton guy. I always have been, mostly because they trick you into trying to buy all the tops, so you can get all the horses in the right position. Right?
Okay. Okay.
It's like back in the day with the Pepsi Challenge. You had to get the Pepsi cat
To collect the
to
cat,
spell
right.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Little did they know, nobody ever made an E.
That was like McDonald's Monopoly. Did you guys ever play that one?
Sure.
Always trying to collect boardwalk. They had like one boardwalk in the entire world.
Yeah, all they had was Park Place.
Right. Right.
I ate a lot of sausage biscuits that first summer.
Yeah, you really worked to get it, man. You tried to get there. But yeah, I'm gonna give a quick shout out, by the way, to Kosher Mike, who was kind enough to bring that by for me. So cheers, Kosher Mike. Really appreciate it. It was a good call, man.
Is that
It was
Double
really
D's
good.
guy?
No,
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 sorry.
that's okay. You should be.
Shout out to Double D.
Yeah, shout out to Double D's playing golf. Oh, and speaking of people that like to comment while we're on the show here, Lauren, FKA Realtor, Lauren, says Dub's dead eyes are the only thing Rich says that. Wait, hold on a second here. Why can't I read this whole thing? I think that the gist of it is
Maybe she's been on the Weller.
yeah, maybe that's
Weller
it.
train a little too much.
I think it's the only thing that you say, Rich, that she doesn't disagree with. I think is the gist of the. Yeah, I think that's the gist.
That's a compliment. She doesn't disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, I may have read that wrong. But
Thank
we'll
you.
see. All right, gents, that's an extended libation expiration. That was a lot of fun.
Got a lot of business going on here
Yeah,
in front of me.
a lot of liquids in front of you.
Yes. I don't know which way to go.
I have studs and duds up next. You guys want to try that? Do
Absolutely.
you understand the concept? I know I put it in the text briefly, and then I don't think we ever really chatted too much about it, but I decided to do it anyway. Fuck you guys. Here we go. Studs and duds.
Are you a stud or are you a dud?
And we definitely have 3 studs on that side of the table. Rich, do you have anybody that would get your stud this week? Or any
In regards
game?
to what? like a
Let's
a
move on
player.
to D-Dub. No, I'm kidding.
I did not get this. I was not on the text train here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was in there, but that's all right. It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
Sure. I
We'll
only
work on that.
respond to everything you send me.
Oh, you
but
should.
not this.
The PowerPoint.
Yeah. D-Dub, do you have anybody?
You like that Greg Peterson? He's a hot piece
But
of
that's
ass.
what you want to do. If you want to go with non-athletes, we can do that.
Again, if you're gonna handicap every single Major League Baseball game and every single college basketball game.
Yeah, Greg
Every-
Peterson on VSiN,
No,
the
I,
sports betting network.
So what would this mean? Like,
I'll tell
a
you
dud
what.
would be Aaron Rodgers? No, you can't
Last
do
No,
that.
I don't think you could call him a dud. I mean, you could. It's
debut
your
was a
stud or
dud.
your dud.
His Achilles tendon could be called a dud.
The dud.
Yeah, that could be a dud.
So a stud who had an exceptional week last week in positive performance.
Positive performance. Do you want me to do mine?
Okay.
You should do yours first and then come back to us.
All right, I got my stud. I got Mac Jones. He threw for 316, 3 TDs, only one interception. Of course, the Pats did lose by 5, but
I like winners.
I think he had a fantastic week. He was a stud last week. He was a stud.
Well,
for
you know,
Mac Jones.
on Tom Brady retirement jersey night and all the stuff they had exciting going on there and they had ridiculous amount of stars showing up. You would think that would make both quarterbacks on both sides of the ball want to perform, right?
You would think.
And I think that the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You were right on the money.
Mac was,
Jones.
He was off the charts, man. Especially for Mac Jones. I thought he was fantastic. Duds, of course, I thought this would be the easy one. Joseph R. Burrow, 82 yards on 31 attempts, 0 TDs. They lost 24-3, obviously. He was a dud.
I'm trying to figure this out still, but
I know.
Dak Prescott, is he a stud or a dud? Fantasy-wise, he's a dud. Performance-wise, they won the game going away. If you bet on the Cowboys like my friend Rich over here did, multiple
Yeah,
times.
several times.
I did, and I tried to share that with you, and you went against me. Go figure, Dale.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was shocked.
I told you
Figure.
guys last week. I just look at that game like
Right.
Giants 3. Like that's not enough.
This
That's not
isn't
enough.
this isn't the old days.
This is Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
that guy
So-
looked more lost than.
Daniel Jones is my dud.
That could be a dud. Okay, that's your dud.
That's my dud.
And Greg Peterson from the Greg
Zach-
Peterson experience was your stud.
Wilson he's not a stud, right?
he is with the
Well,
Mobs.
he kind of studded up a little bit.
Did he
this,
really?
I think so.
Okay, I got a legitimate dud here. Josh Allen.
Oh, big dud.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
I think he's like one of my favorites to watch. He does it all, run, throw,
Yeah, sure.
he does it all. But I swear he looked punch drunk out there in the second quarter.
You had
He's
mentioned
sort of taking snaps and sort of, I don't know, just sort of drunken sailor.
He looked poor.
He,
What do you do with a drunken sailor?
He looked off.
He did.
And then, the picks were all. I think the Jets have a good defense, but something wasn't right about Josh Allen. I have a funny feeling he got maybe concussed or something.
He looked like the one that was punch drunk out there, not Allen. I thought they had a better chance with Allen winning. Once Aaron went down, I was more worried about the Buffalo bet than when with Zach Wilson in there. He's got something to prove. Like I think they're more dangerous with him.
He's only been
It's second pick in the draft.
come on 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's been in the league 5 years and his time is over.
I mean,
Here you
there are guys like that though, like Sam Darnold. Like people still seem to be high on him. Like I don't know why, but I'd take my chance with Zach Wilson and any other garbage they're talking about bringing up. My stud, by the way, is Coach Prime, of course, because
That
this
sounds about
guy
right.
just doesn't lose, and someone pissed him off this week. So Buff's going to be rolling again in the week 3. Pretty soon, we're going to be talking about two guys on his team in Heisman contention before we know it.
Not to get too far ahead here, but what's going to happen against USC?
Buffs
could-
versus USC?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
2
everybody's
weeks.
healthy, that's going to be a high-scoring game. Take the over.
No.
Cash the ticket.
You don't think that the Buffaloes are going to go in and
Why
beat the
not?
Trojans? No? Okay. All right.
Why not us?
Here's
Yeah.
the deal, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's not USC. It's USC in Oregon and Utah and Oregon State
Right.
and UCLA.
the
All
whole
5
gamut.
of those teams are very good teams.
Sure.
So I put Colorado still at like 6 in the Pac-12, maybe 5, but I mean, I think Oregon State is a team that nobody mentioned, and I think they're
When did Pac-10 become a powerhouse?
wait when they decided they're going
Best
to
team in the
implode
Pac-10?
it.
Best
They're
team
going to implode the
That's true.
Pac-12, and now it's
Yeah.
maybe the best conference.
I'd be
I mean,
more worried about the Cougars and Beavers out there pissed off at the world. Anybody else that you just named? USC is a perennial choker. They'll choke again this year, and Utah will go Utah. They'll win they'll lose 2 or 3, just like they always do.
To let the dust settle, right? That's the phrase.
Yeah, I mean Colorado's not going undefeated, but right now they're going to go 3-0, and that's a better
Yep.
start than anybody else thought that he was going to get. So he's my
100%.
stud for now.
I love
sure.
it.
I mean, I got no problem with that. I don't care for all the pomp and circumstance, the braggadociousness.
Yeah, that's the way Coach Prime runs the show.
Yeah, I'm
over
not a
there.
big fan of that, but at the end of the day, he does have 2 studs and borderline 3, the running back, and he's getting he's maximizing the most out of those guys. And also, I saw something on Facebook the other day about him, and he's talking about his primetime. The nickname came from his high school basketball days.
Okay.
And then, at the end of it, he says, I took my shoes off after scoring 38 points, and 2 roaches fell out. And I think the point is, he grew up in Fort Myers, where it's a borderline, rich kids, poor kids, I guess.
Okay.
And he's always been kind of up against it. And yeah, he's flashy and he's boasting a lot.
Yeah.
But
Keeps receipts, from what I
think
understand,
he
which comes in handy at
I
tax
think he
time.
does remember, that where he came from, and that what he was and what he wants to be, is just go down as something special.
Okay.
I think he already is. He's just adding to his legacy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I mean, coaching wise, obviously as a player, as an athlete, him and Bo Jackson, he surpassed Bo when he played another 10 years. I mean, 2 greatest athletes of our lifetime, probably, right?
Ooh, I don't know. Herschel Walker's up there.
If I was doing bobsled in there, I would say yes.
Right.
How about ballet?
The ballet, sure.
Ballet, man.
Yeah.
He's solid.
He did it all.
I don't know, but I'm not
gladiators.
sure. I gotta say, I'm not sure when he said 2 roaches fell out. I don't know if he was talking about a roach or a roach.
But if I want to hate him, but at the same time, has he really been in any real trouble ever his
No,
whole
he's
career?
a pretty classy guy.
Pretty-
Well,
been pretty
maybe that's the
clean.
wrong word, but
Been-
clean. Yeah, clean guy. How
Been
about
pretty
that?
clean.
Yeah.
So, in an era when everybody kind of of that ilk that talk the talk also ended up in some sort of trouble.
Picking up what you're laying down.
Never really him.
Certainly.
Obviously not Bo, but Bo was exactly the opposite. But
Yeah, even Bo. I just, for some strange reason, yesterday I found myself watching a Robin Ventura v. Nolan Ryan fight. I don't know why, but Bo was like holding back. Which one of the fights was it? Maybe it wasn't that fight. I got down a hole and I'm watching these fights and I see Bo and I'm like, oh man, how did I ever miss this? Bo's gonna just lay somebody out. I'm waiting for it, and he's just a peacemaker, He's just a peacekeeper, and he's just there because he's a good guy and a great athlete, and he's not looking to just kill anybody. He's another guy, right? You didn't find him, you didn't ever get him busted with the wrong people and the wrong stuff.
No. And the best part about that fight is, Nolan Ryan, just a good old Texan at heart.
love
He don't, he was like almost like, thank God someone's coming at my mound right now because I'm ready to kick someone's ass.
He's like, I'm going to show you boys how it's done.
Boy, Ventura never knew what even hit him before he hit the mound. Oh, that's great. My dud of the week, by the way, real quick, is Mal Tucker. I mean,
Oh, good point. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, whether he, what he's saying is true or she is, he's got to be smarter than that and be smarter with everything going on at Michigan State. So that kind of sucks. Hopefully that's gonna not set us back too much, but kind of sucks to hear. Thought he was a better guy than that, but we all make mistakes and stuff like that. But that was the one that he's probably going to be a costly one, as they say.
Yeah. Is that bettable, do you think?
48 million costly.
That's pretty costly.
48 is being generous, probably. It's like 90 million.
That's a lot to pay for something you can do every night on your own time.
As far as crazy stories go that you wake up Sunday morning and read,
Right.
And there's been a lot of them at Michigan State, and Rich and I both went to Michigan State, and we were
Pretty sure Dale has a degree.
I do.
We'd wake up on Sunday morning, and it was always something when we were going to school there. It was always fights. Football team always did something to get himself in trouble or whatever. But
Or you'd wake up to read about the riots, right?
just something
that happened we
something
weren't
wild,
part of.
and it usually involved the football team in a lot of different ways. And there was incidents after we graduated. There were fights and just crazy stories. But this one, reading it Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m., and I just thought I was still dreaming. Like, you read this story, it's just wild. And it's like come out of nowhere.
That's the worst dream I could imagine.
That's a
It
terrible,
completely
terrible
come out of
dream.
nowhere. And it's not the worst dream because it's the worst dream in reality. But as far as football goes, I don't know that it's going to change much. So I'm not. It doesn't really bother me in that. Just the whole everything else that goes along with it. And then
Perception, right?
Yeah, perception, and then also, there's always, he said, she said stuff, which is always so.
I mean, I might
ridiculous.
even actually side with his side of the story, but it doesn't make it right for what
Exactly.
he did. I mean,
Exactly.
just dumb. Like,
Exactly. You how do you put yourself in that kind of position?
Yeah,
For
sure.
I remember reading something once upon a time about Tom Izzo, and he's like, these girls, college girls, got mad at me because they wanted me to take a picture, and I said, put the beers down, and I'll take a picture. I take a picture with everybody.
Sure.
Anybody that asks, I always take a picture.
Okay.
But if somebody's got a drink, I'm not taking a picture with you, and that's how you have to go about it. You cannot be. There's no the public eye. Just takes a snapshot of anything that happens, and they'll find a problem with it. So you have to be,
Certainly.
on your toes. And then this guy just throws caution to the wind and
It was stupid.
other
is what it was.
platitudes.
Yeah. Right.
So,
It was
yeah.
stupid. Dale, you got a stud and or a dud?
No, you know what? My studs and duds have been eaten up already. But
Okay.
let me just say this: I really feel that the Michigan State football program needs to go out, find themselves after what's happened, they need to go out and believe me, I care less about the Michigan State football program. I think that they've had years of being just whatever, but they need to go out and find themselves. It's going to straighten them out and run the right ship. And you can't tell me there's not guys out there. Recently fired guys from the SEC and everything else that can come. Now the SEC is as dirty as can be, right? But they can find some guys up there to keep them competitive. They're always looking at the backside of Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. Well, maybe they need to get somebody that's going to keep them up there, keep their nose clean, and do the right thing. And so that was going to be my dud. I just think that they need to make the most important thing is not how you get into trouble, how you get out of trouble. And I think that's what's going to be what they need to figure out in the next 2 months. I've already heard from a couple of my neighbors, a couple of guys that I know that are boosters and stuff, that they've been talking about this for months, about who's the replacement. They've already been looking for a replacement for him. Now they finally have a way to do it and save money. Right.
Okay, so not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's fantastic for the
right.
university. You kidding me?
Right.
If they can get the right spin on everything.
Sure.
But the pictures are already down. The posters are down.
I say we hit up Buffalo, the Colorado again, and bring in Prime. Back up the Brinks truck.
Back it up.
Back it up.
Get a couple
How
of
fun
them.
would that be? Just tell me how fun it would be.
Fantastic.
I mean,
Get me out
I think
there.
next episode, Daryl will be wearing like a gold chain if Prime was in the house.
What do they call the Michigan Stadium? It's where there's smoke, there's fire, or something like that. They got a nickname for it. Michigan State Stadium.
Spartan Stadium.
Spartan Stadium.
I thought
Woodshed?
you were talking to.
Where there's smoke,
They
there's fire.
call it, the deep end. I've
I'd
heard
get out
that
there.
one before.
Munfield.
Munfield, sure.
Oh, can't get on
No
Munfield anymore.
booze on Munfield since 1997.
Bullshit. 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It sucks.
So that's all I got for you there, JT. Thanks for throwing it at me. But yeah, these guys pretty much covered that.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
cleaned it up already. All right, which leads us into trivia. We're going to try to get out of here before, maybe shortly after kickoff, so we can at least see what happens here. All right,
let's do
trivia,
it.
here we go.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
All right, Numbers Guys Trivia. And if you've watched the show before, you know that generally whatever is happening in the sporting world is what ends up on the roster for trivia for the evening. And tonight we got the Vikings at the Eagles. That's going on tonight. I think it's an 8:15 kickoff. 8:15 kickoff. So here is tonight's trivia question. It's a short one. What college did Donovan Chunky McNabb?
Oh, you got the wrong crew here.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you're gonna be buying the beer.
Ask how many yards he had against Michigan. That might help.
Damn it. What? Yeah, I have to reread it.
I guess
What college
I
did
guess I can
Chunky
add some more
McNabb?
to it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
It's all right. That came in to be pretty hot, man.
Yeah.
A little mustard on
Coming
that.
in hot.
A little mustard on that paper.
1995.
Dale, you know this?
Syracuse? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all
Well,
right.
cat's out of the bag now.
I didn't mean, you asked, you
Well,
said
that's all
that.
right.
It's
I was
all right.
replying.
I was adding on to my answer when I already.
Well, I didn't say if it was Syracuse or
Oregon
not.
State?
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
Hey, Beavers for life.
We'll get to this later. Go Beavers. What's next on the thing? Oh, okay. Yeah. So last week, we introduced a segment called Bet It or Forget It. And I think that had been done before. Did somebody have Bet It and Forget It on some show at some point
I
in
don't
time?
think so, Jim. You're the originator.
No, wait. Set it and forget it, maybe?
Maybe that's what. Was that the Ronco food dehydrator that I'm thinking of?
I think it was something
Shit.
else.
Well, I went and changed the name of the segment.
That's different.
And I was thinking Ronco. That's not. Nah, I really fucked this up. Anyway, so this is the segment we're gonna call this.
Ron Popeil, I
Really,
believe
it's a pretty
was.
literal title for the segment here. So here we go.
This is the whole upcoming NFL week in something like 30 minutes or so.
That's it. It's something like 30 minutes or so. The whole upcoming NFL week. So what I do, guys?
How about this is 30 minutes?
I like that. I wonder if we get Morley Safer to come on at some point. Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, you already had the tick watch going. That was perfect.
That was nice.
Right?
Yeah.
You have Ed Bradley?
Coming up next on 30 minutes.
Andy Rooney, God rest his soul, he passed away, didn't he?
Oh, that was the best part of the show.
Yeah, I would watch the end of
Could
it.
have Leslie on.
Ever have to figure out why this guy?
Do you have Leslie Stahl? 60 minutes.
Why
Wow.
are there patches on suit jackets?
That is really good, Dale. That's pretty good. You know, I totally missed. We're supposed to go over last week's picks. We'll do that after this. So anyway, this is what I do is on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. I go through and I try to handicap. I come up with a point total with a spread and a money line for every single 16 of them NFL games. And then I usually use that as a point, a jumping off point for my activities for the week as far as sports betting might go.
We
So
call it
you
the
could-
Jim Tagle
I
experience.
was going to say, according to Jim.
Nice.
Now, see, that's
Nice
been used
work.
before. That has definitely been used before. All right, so let's go through here. And then basically what the three of you guys can do is let me know what your thoughts are on the game. Would you bet it? Would you forget it? Whatever you want to do. Okay?
right.
All right, here is number. Oh, and by the way, the whole trick with this is to keep it under or keep it around 30 minutes. We only have 2 minutes per game maximum. So we go on the clock.
Wouldn't that put us at 32 minutes,
It
Jimmy?
would. That's why
I mean,
said
I'm not a
about,
numbers guy,
about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Game number 1. This is tonight. So we got the Vikings at the Eagles. This was as of last night, but we got the Eagles minus 276 on the money line. The Vikings plus 228.
Yep.
Eagles laying 6.5. 49 total. Dale, why don't you start us off here on this one?
Okay, I'm just going to make it short and sweet. Eagles.
Eagles.
Slam dunk.
You go money line Eagles, or would you take the 6.5?
No money line.
Or lay the 6.5. Okay.
Not a lot of bang for your buck there, though, you know?
Yeah, Dale.
You're
You
going
got
to have
to
to
drop
lay
it.
down.
Drop
That's
drop
20. That's
$20K.
$20 on $50.
Got to have money to make money, buddy.
That's true.
So
Can I borrow some?
D-Dub.
DraftKings is offering this is back-to-back Thursdays where they're offering
Yes.
you score if the team you pick on the money line gets up by 7 points, you win regardless of what happens. So last week I had the Lions plus whatever, doesn't matter, and by God they got up 7 right away. I won.
Bingo.
Now they won, so it's all a moot point. But tonight I took the Vikings in the same bet because at plus 228, just hoping that they score a quick touchdown, and it's a nice doubling your money and then some,
Yeah.
right?
Be great
So-
if they get the first possession. That would be awesome, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Good
could look
call.
at the over 49 maybe. It depends on what you think of that Eagles defense, but I agree the Eagles are going to win this game, but I think the Vikings can. I think the Vikings can cover, and I think the over might be in play. So maybe you could run a teaser, or as Dale and I call it, a dip.
Oh,
A dip.
Yeah.
Richie, me
This
and you
is
got
a
39
skull.
seconds collectively. Go.
Oh, love it. Love the pick. I did the same thing as Daryl. I took $50 max, but I took the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, because if they get up 7, they're not looking back in this game. Kirk Cousins, terrible on prime time. It's well documented. He's going to be terrible tonight. Eagles are going to cover the money line. They're going to cover the spread, and combined, they will cover the over.
All right. And I actually took the same thing you did, Rich. I took the Eagles on the money line with the first the 7-point advantage deal. If you're looking at my numbers here, my model minus 301, so there's a little bit of value there. And then the Eagles should be laying 7.2. They're laying 6.5, so you could go that route too, but nothing serious as far as the play goes on that one. All right. Let me reset our timer here.
Time is up, degenerate.
Time is up, degenerate. You know what's funny? I had degenerate spelled wrong last week. Did you guys catch that?
That was intentional.
Yeah,
I
talk
thought.
about it. No, that wasn't intentional. Talk
Shame
about
on
a
me.
degenerate.
Shame on you.
I
but
like
shame
how
on
you
me.
have Mr. Midwest down there, though, as your in your
I
title.
did make that adjustment.
Nice.
Just for you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Here is game number 2. We got the Chargers at the Titans. This one is Sunday at 1 o'clock. Titans money line plus 132. Chargers minus 153. The Titans are getting 3. Totals at 45. Dale looks like he has something he wants to say. Go for it, man.
Titans slam dunk plus 3. Are you kidding me? First of all, Derrick Henry wasn't used at all last week. Okay? Even Vrabel, who has an Ohio State education, can't be that dumb. And number 2, Tannehill was the worst quarterback of the week in the NFL, right?
I think Aaron
Can't happen
Rodgers
again.
was.
Can't happen. So
He always is.
I lay it. Go.
All right, D-Dub.
I like the home dog, but that's about it. I don't really have a play on this one.
Richie.
You know, Dale could sell a ketchup popsicle to a girl in white gloves. You know, I mean, seriously, like when I look at this is a game where I'm like, I'm going to stay away, right? Because I don't want anything to do with this. But I can tell you, never trust a Charger. They always fold. If I'm betting this game, I'm taking the Titans plus 3 for sure.
Certainly.
All right, and personally, I'm taking absolutely nothing here.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't look like anything to me there. So let's go on to the next game. What is that? Let's see. We got the Packers at the Falcons. Packers at the Falcons. What's happening here? We got the Falcons plus 101. Packers minus 119 in the money line. Falcons are getting 1. 40.5 is your total. Let's start with Rich this time. Richie, what are you thinking here?
You know, I think the Lions are, so the Lions just real quick play the Falcons in week 3, and I think they're going to find this trend of finding teams coming off bounce back weeks because I think Love is Jordan Love's for real. He certainly looked like it in the second half. I think the Packers are going to be a thorn in the Lions' side this week, and I'm playing the Packers on this game and the over 40.5. Are you kidding me? Is that the real over?
That's what it was as of last night. Let me pull it up real quick while you guys are going.
Wow. I think it's time for a ram at home, folks. Let's go 6-0. Take the over on this one. Let's go, folks.
Nice.
Right now, you can get Packers and Falcons. You can get it over 40.
Yes.
Over 40 standard
I'm on
price.
board.
That's it. Let's go.
The Falcons
the-
over is a ram at home.
A ram at home
Give me
here.
the
I'm
rich
putting a
ram
5-0
at home.
record on the. I love that pick. Are you kidding me? Look at according to Jim's numbers
Yeah,
down there.
Jim would seem to agree with you. I don't.
Nice.
The Falcons are the after the reflecting on week 1. Falcons. What are they what's their identity going to be? I don't and I just don't understand what's going on there. I have a couple of guys on that team for fantasy purposes, and they were non-existent in that win.
I actually like the Falcons' offense a lot.
It's just a kind of run the ball.
I mean, they got Allinger from last
Dump
year.
it down.
And then they have Bijan, and they
What
have
Bijan
Pitts.
do? Did he do anything?
He had a really nice touchdown run.
Oh, beautiful run.
And then Alger actually had over 100 yards and another
I was
touchdown.
gonna say he had the majority of the yards. I know that.
Alger or whatever. I might be saying the name wrong,
You know, the tight end and also
They got one good stud receiver over
Drake.
down there, right? Yeah, London, right?
did
Okay.
nothing. Yeah,
Okay.
he's zero.
Hey, Dale.
Zero.
Yes, sir.
Can you sum this up in one word?
Yes, I can. It's called Go Pack Go. That's one word.
Okay, go Pack, go. I'm also on the over heavily. Go with the over. My number came to 46.5 on that.
Love it.
Yes, sir. Next up, we've got Colts at the Texans. Let me cut down here. Texans plus 102. Colts minus 120 on the money line. Texans are getting one. They are getting one with a 39.5 total. Let's go over to, let's start with Dale this time. Go for it.
Texans, slam dunk, PK. I agree with you. JT,
Yeah. It's a
out.
pick. Okay. Daryl.
Just leave this game alone. Don't touch it. Don't go anywhere near it. 2 rookie QBs. I was actually impressed with the kid from Tennessee on the Colts last week.
Okay.
I would stay away from this one. It could go
Impressed
either
with
way.
who?
The Richardson.
You were?
I mean, yeah.
I thought it was like 22-9.
The Colts.
Yeah.
They were leading for half the game though.
Oh, that was the Jacksonville game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking
He
of the
might be
Texans
your
game.
They did.
offensive MVP this year. Rookie.
You know,
He
next
looked really
week.
good.
Next week, I'm going to put together
Rookie or
some
Wookie?
handicaps on that.
Okay.
Offensive rookie of the
Offensive
year.
rookie of the year.
Yeah, because I think there's some plays there. Gibbs did not do much in the Lions game against the Chiefs.
No, he didn't.
And he was one that a lot of people were saying would be maybe the favorite.
He didn't live up, but they didn't use him as much as I
No.
thought they were going to either. So,
I think there might be something to look at there. But nevertheless, sorry. Who's on the clock?
Richie.
If the Colts are starting Minshew, then I'm on Team Colts, but they're not. So I'm taking Team Texans all the way. I mean, home game. This under might be in play here. I hate betting under, so I'm not going to. Wow, you have a 33-1. I'm not even looking at your numbers till I see it live here, Jimmy. But if I would do anything, I would do anything. I would bet the under, except that that's against my code, so I will not do that. But Texans are the pick here.
All right, and I am doing just that. I'm going to take the under. My number came to 33.1. It's at 39.5. Can't really argue with that one, so I'm going to go and take the under there. Up next, we've got everybody's favorite game, the Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. This was as of last night. I think this changed a little bit. Let me see here. Right now, the Lions are...
I think that's still right on DK.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, DraftKings, you can get the Seahawks plus 5 at minus 110. You can get the Lions minus 4.5 if you'd want to. That is at Caesars at minus 105. So that's something to think about there. But we got money line minus 227 on the Lions. Seahawks plus 189. Lay-in 5 are the Lions. Totals of 47 as of last night as well. And let's give Daryl the honors on this one. Daryl?
4.5 was the number I had in my head. I saw it at minus 6 for the Lions on MGM. What was that, like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday? I didn't pull the trigger, but that would have been, I think the play was to take the Seahawks plus 6. Because I just I feel like it's going to be a closer game. I think the Lions did everything they could. And, everybody's giving the Lions all the props this week, but I thought they did everything they could to blow that game.
They tried.
And the Chiefs just couldn't catch the ball. So I don't know. I think 4.5 is the right number. I would play the Seahawks, and I would probably get it at plus 6 earlier in the week.
All right. Dale?
I would take the Seahawks. I totally agree. The Lions won. They won by 1. They should have lost by 13. The train is crazy for the Lions. I get it. I live around there. I totally understand why everybody's all over it. I can't. So sometimes you got to just look at numbers as up for emotions. And the Seattle's the great play this week. Actually, it's probably an A play this week.
All right, Richie.
I mean, if you believe in the up-down theory, then this is the perfect situation where you take the Hawks. But I'm on the Lions train. Woo woo! Coming on through blue and silver. This game, the Seahawks are missing two prominent members of their offensive line, and the Lions' strength this year, I believe, is their edge rushers. So I think the Lions are circled this game on their calendar because this is the team that knocked them out of the playoffs. Ford Field is going to be freaking rocking. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions win by 20. Take the Lions.
All right, and I only have one play on this. My numbers came to 54.5 for a point total here. It was at 47. I have to look and see where it's at right now, but I would go over on that game.
I think Rich bets a little more with emotion.
He might. I'm a little more measured in my analysis, but
Maybe he can tell us a little bit about last week, a little later in the show, about how he was in Fuego.
he was in Fuego.
Yeah,
I thought
That
was it the
means
shoes?
on fire?
Yeah, I stopped speaking Spanish on this show. Did you notice that? I need to go back to that. But I couldn't count anything higher than 14, I think is what it was. So that was what held me back. We've got on tap here, we've got the Bears at the Buccaneers. That's going to be a 1 o'clock game also on Sunday. We've got the Buccaneers minus 144 on the money line. The Bears plus 123. The Buccaneers laying 2.5 with a point total of 41. Richie, what do you got on this?
So this is the game I wish CBS had at 4 o'clock because this is perfect timing for my 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock nap. I actually do like the Bucs a little bit in this game. It's at home, and they're laying 2.5. Bears are terrible on defense. Fields and Moore can only do so much. If I'm playing anything, I'm playing the Bucs.
All right, D-Dub.
I noticed if Rich is in a car and he's not driving, it's also nap time.
Yes.
Is that true? Sleeps a lot. Huh?
Only when Daryl's talking to me.
But this game sounds like a snooze fest as well. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to even, I'm just going to leave it.
Leave it alone?
No,
All
no,
right.
thank you.
Dale?
I'm on it.
You are on it. All right.
The Bears are horrible. And the Buccaneers, not too good either. But Mike Evans needs to make some noise. The Buccaneers, take the Buccaneers for crying out loud. The Buccaneers are horror. I mean, the Bears are just god awful. I can't get over it. I watched half of that game last week and it was disgusting.
was
Take the
bad.
Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers are a sneaky offense, Dale. I mean, they still have Godwin and Evan. You can do whatever you want, and Mayfield's not the worst quarterback in the league. I'm not saying
No,
he's
he's
great.
close, but he's all right. He's all right.
He's down there, trust me. But
You must not have the NFL ticket if you're watching that game.
I hear
More
you
than
for
a quarter?
sure.
On this one, guys, I'm going to go ahead here. I really got nothing. You could try to play the Buccaneers. I'm sorry, the Bear. Who was that? That would be the Buccaneers money
No,
line.
you take the Bears in this.
You sound like a young Leslie Visser over there.
No.
Bears, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. I don't know what I'm talking about. I had the Buccaneers at minus 154. You can get them at minus 144 if you want. That's a couple of points of value there, but not much. So I would stay away from that. Not enough. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Bills. Raiders at the Bills. That's a 1 o'clock game. We got the Bills minus 425 on the money line. The Raiders plus 338. Bills laying 9. I think it's actually went down a little bit here. Bills right now, you can get them laying 8 if you wanted to. And then the totals of 47. Dale, you got anything here?
The Bills are going to win this game, right? But, geez, 9 points? Are you serious? The Raiders, they're just waiting for next year. They're waiting because they have free agents and they have guys they're going to be bringing in next year to put the powerhouse together. I'm pretty sure of that. The Bills have something to prove after such a loud. I mean, Bills quarterback. Are you serious? You're gonna throw two lousy tosses? Do you think Stephon Diggs or whoever was down there at the goal line is gonna catch both those balls? Just take. Gosh, 9 points. I would stay off of it. I would take the money line if anything. I would put a small bet on a money line, $50 bet.
Okay. All right. D-Dub?
This could be a bloodbath. It's got that potential at home. The Bills Mafia.
That's or Bills Maria.
Bills Maria.
Isn't that what-
I probably go with the Bills. This would be a game where they're. I go with the Drunken Sailor.
Okay.
What would you do with a Drunken Sailor?
I don't know what would Rich do with a drunken sailor. We're on the clock here. Rich.
I'd give her a 2 out of 5. I would say I love the Bills Survivor style in this game, but I don't like -9. I don't like that. I thought DK had a -8. I could be wrong. Was this yesterday?
That was yesterday night. They're -8.5 at
Too
DK
many
right now.
points. You know, Jimmy G, Jacobs, Adams. Too many threats there. I'm staying away from this game.
Yeah, I hear you. And you know what? I'm what I come up with 50.6, so 3 points. That's probably not worth it on an over for me. You got to go a little higher than that on an over. On an under, I take it if it was 3 points off, but not on an over.
Sounds like the
I'll leave it
Bills
alone.
money line is the play, but at -425, Jimmy, what does that get you for a $100 bet?
Not much.
$42.
Yeah, I'm not.
No,
It's the play. But it's
I don't
only a
think that's
$50
right.
bet.
I wouldn't do
I
it.
think it's like $20, isn't
No,
it?
$42.50. Right?
Oh, is that right? I don't think that's right.
I don't know. I thought it was
I
right.
think it's like less than 20, isn't it?
No. Is it? Punch it in.
Yeah, I can punch it in real quick. I'm sorry. We got Chiefs and Jags.
Punch
Chiefs
that
and
clown.
Jags. She punched that clown. Chiefs at the Jags on the 1 o'clock game. Jags +150. Chiefs -178. You can get the Jags +3.5, and you can also get a total of 51. And D-Dub, what are your thoughts here?
I like the Chiefs all day long. I got the Chiefs -3 earlier in the week, and it's up to 3.5 on a lot of the books that I look at. It just seems like I know Jags are at home, but come on. As Jimmy would tell you, the home field advantage is worth how many points?
3 points.
I've been using 2.25.
2.25.
Yeah.
So, by God, you think they're going to win by, yeah, no. We're
Depending
going
on the
with Chiefs.
field. Depending on the field.
I
Going
think
with
it's
the Chiefs. All right.
Chiefs. And
You're against me here, but that's okay.
Am I against you? I
You're
mean,
against one of my
it's
top
pretty
picks,
close.
yeah.
This is one of your top picks?
Yeah, I want that one as
Why?
a top pick. I think I did anyway.
Tell me the rationale for that.
Well, because
I
tell
agree
you,
with
I'll tell
Jimmy,
you when we get
actually.
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I think the thinking is in your head, you can't get your Chiefs wrapped around like you're 0-2. Is Kelsey playing in this game?
I would think he is. We think
Jones
he
is playing, right?
Yeah, yeah. Chris Jones is back.
Chris Jones? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he'll be like top 100% right now. I think this is a Jags money line play, possibly, if you're going to dabble in anything here. I think it's just a mental thing that you think the Chiefs are not going to go 0-2. And that's why I don't know. I don't think Chiefs looked very impressive last week. Give them a couple weeks, though. I remember when the Cowboys went 0-2 when Emmett held out one time, and boy, they won a Super Bowl. So
Certainly.
Chiefs, they'll be back in the AFC Championship Super Bowl, but not this week.
All right, Dale.
I'm on board. Exactly what Rich said. It's exactly what I was going to reiterate. Perfect example.
All right. And personally, what did I do here? Let's see. I would have 2 plays on this. And the reason why I would take the Jags here is I came to 2.2. We can get over that 3, at 3.5. So I'll do that. I'll take the field goal there. So I'll go with the Jags +3.5.
No brainer
it's
if that's
still-
where you handicap a match. Absolutely. 5-point swings. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, 5-point swing.
No
You gotta
brainer.
Play that.
And then the over 2, probably, right?
Yeah, I'm on for both.
Yeah.
Over as well. Over
Yeah.
as well.
Bet them.
Chiefs.
Dip them. Parlay them.
Next up, Ravens, Bengals. Let's see. So we got the Bengals -175 in the money line, the Ravens +149. They are laying 3, the Bengals are at home, and a total of 46. D-Dub, what you thinking here?
This one's sort of probably a leave it alone. The Bengals are going to be right there at the end of the day, but right now, what these guys were kind of saying about the Chiefs, I don't know where they're at, so it might take a little while. Burrow, I think he really did just have to knock some rust off, and I'm not sure he really did that last week. I don't think that qualifies.
He looked pretty rusty
as
still at the end,
knocking
even.
off
Yeah.
rust. This one, I think you have to just leave it alone, unfortunately. And it looks like your numbers match up with that. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Dale?
Yeah, I would. It's not something I would play. If I'm going to play, if I was forced to make a play, I'd play Bengals, of course. I mean, at home, Cincinnati should never lose, right? In theory.
In
so
theory.
that's where I sit.
All right, Richie?
I've been on the Burrow train since he left. I don't know what last week was. That was the worst performance I've ever seen. But I did have the Browns in that game. But this week, I like that guy. I mean, he's got some swagger I haven't seen in a long time. I think he rolls. He's got a new haircut, I heard. So I'm taking Bengals -3.
He's got a new haircut.
Rich is pretty dialed into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
That's true. He pays attention to the newest news.
best talent in the NFL, by the way. Bengals.
They got cool helmets. I got nothing here.
Just says
I'm not
Bengals
doing
on the
nothing.
side in all block letters, doesn't it?
No, it's just stripes.
Oh,
That's different.
I've seen it both ways.
All right, we got the vaunted Giants at the Cards. Cards plus 201, Giants -240. Spread, Cardinals. Now, this actually I know is moved. I looked at this earlier today. Cardinals we're getting 5.5. They're right now, let's see. They are, best you can find is 4.5 with no juice. That's at FanDuel. And totals of minus, wow. 39.5. 39.5 is a total. Dale, you got something here?
This is I don't know. What are you going to do with the Cardinals this year, right? You got one guy to pay attention. One guy that's in a fantasy lineup in anybody's place, period. Take the Giants.
Okay, Daryl?
Cards, Texans, Colts. Those are the teams back in, July that I started becoming down on.
You started fading them before training camp.
You were
I looked
down.
at those three teams and I said, these teams all suck. And then the Cardinals, turns out they're really trying to tank it.
Yeah.
And so
They had a hard time last week trying to lose that game.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind. Is just that we don't know anything.
Is that how bad the Redskins are? Where they tried to lose the game and they just
I
couldn't?
thought about the same exact
Yeah.
thing, JT. No joke.
I have a feeling, you're going to want to keep an eye on those Redskins, those
Commodes.
That's
Commodes,
right.
Yeah.
So I guess if anything, you'd probably go Giants here in some fashion, but I can't tell you which way to do it. -240. Not a lot of juice to be squeezed here.
Right. Richie.
So
I'm surprised you didn't lead off with me with this dead loser of a game. I mean, you said something moved in this game. Like, nothing moves in my pants when I watch this game. This game's terrible.
They make pills for that now.
You know
Things
what?
Mel
You know
Tucker
what?
would
Pass.
say,
If you
$200.
if you want birth control, then this is the game to watch because ain't nothing moving.
Nothing moving.
No.
All right. The only thing I came up with here is plus 2.9 was my line on the Cardinals. They're getting 5.5. So you can go through the 3 on that if you want and try to get 5.5. I would have actually probably taken it at 5.5, but it's went down from there. So it's at 4.5. I'm leaving it alone. Nothing doing there. All right. Next we got making our way through here. We're at the 4 o'clock games. We got the 49ers at the Rams. Rams plus 286. 49ers minus 354. Rams, this game is moved as well. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. But we had the Rams getting 8 at home and a total of 45. Richie, we'll give you this one. You like exciting games.
Ram at home?
Not a Ram at home. Just because of the Rams doesn't mean it's a Ram at home. The Rams surprised me last week. I didn't think they had a chance in that game, and they buried Seattle pretty handily. No Cooper Kupp. You think the call here is the 49ers. You're not going to get much on the money line, but I'm definitely not taking that +8. So maybe money line 49ers.
Okay. And you can get the Rams right now at should I just add it? No, I'll go back to that. Go ahead, Darryl.
The Niners money line minus 354. Like, there's just nothing there for you. I don't know.
Exciting.
I think the Rams, like Rich said, shocked a lot of people, and they shocked me. And the 49ers, I am not 100 on.
Okay.
I'm not 100 on Brock Purdy either.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna screw around with this game. I mean, could go either way. This is this in LA?
It's in L.A.
And the Rams are the
Rams are the dog. Right now, I just found
Well,
it.
they'll probably be the home under. Well, not favorite because there'll probably be more 49er fans there.
I think this is basically a 49ers home game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And But I think 8 points is too much. If I had to lean, it would be Rams, and it would probably be the over too. But for now, we'll just say leave it alone.
All
Leave it
right,
alone.
Dale.
I'm with you on that. I can't see the four. I would never take this 49ers team at -8 against anybody. And with the Rams, the way that they outperformed last week, why not? Why not take them?
Why not do it?
You know one team I would take the 49ers -8 against? Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they looked pretty bad, didn't they? I think the Rams money line plus
That's about
206 is what I came up with. You can get a plus 286. That would be a play. I mean, that's about a 12, 13% edge there. If you like my numbers, that's what you want to use. And then I had the Rams plus 6.6. Like I said, they were getting 8. I think that's a play too. As much as I'm with you guys on this, I think the 49ers are the
Yeah,
far better
That's
team.
the way
but-
I would lean.
8's a lot of points.
All right, 21-14, 24-14. You're in the money, Jim.
Yeah,
Jimmy, you think that over could be maybe a teaser special?
that one didn't come up on my radar for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jets at Cowboys. This should be a good one. 425 game. Cowboys minus 441. Jets plus 346 on the money line. The Cowboys laying 9 points against your Aaron Rodgers-less Jets.
Let me interrupt you.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's going to say Cowboys here. There's no way in hell
Well,
that
let's
they're
see
not
what
going to
happens.
say Cowboys, but
Let's see
go
what
ahead.
happens. Totals
Proceed.
Is there any
of
Cowboys
38
fans in the house?
38.5. Yeah, we'll start with Rich on this one since I know he is a Cowboys fan.
I love this. I love this play because I need Aaron Rodgers in the house to get the Cowboys -4. I don't like 9 against that defense. I mean, I think the Cowboys win, but I'm not taking this game -9. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna hold out, but I know Cowboys gonna win 2-0. 2-0 for the boys.
He's not betting the money line.
That's
I
one
mean, I'll
thing.
take the money line. Like Dale says, I'll throw 50. Yeah, I'll get $10 back. What the hell?
Yep.
All right.
It's $10 more than I had at the beginning of the day.
Who's up?
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, sure.
Well, Rich brings up a very good point. First one tonight, but nevertheless, the Jets have a very good defense from what I can tell based on
Great
Monday night's
defense.
performance. Or Josh Allen was drunk. One of the two. Nevertheless, probably not going to play it, but I could see where somebody would think that the Cowboys are going to blow them out by at least 2 touchdowns.
Dale?
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are the play here because Zach Wilson, seriously, last week he looked like a deer in headlights, but this week will be like a deer on the side of the road because number 11's going to be on him all day long.
You bring up a great point because the Cowboys defense looked like off the hook.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
Better than the Jets?
no, the Jets had better competition, obviously. So, but I mean, the Cowboys did not disappoint at all. I mean, they threw a shutout for Christ's sake.
It'll be back-to-back shutouts. Watch.
Oh,
Could
back
be.
to back.
Could be. The only thing that
Boom.
looks worth a play to me here is if you took the Jets on the money line, they should be minus 238. According to my numbers, they're at plus 346. So if you're a value better, that might be something to look at. I'm personally not going to get on that, but might be something for you to consider.
Is that America's game of the week? I think so.
It's America's team.
Why not?
That's 4:00 game. We got Commanders and Broncos. Commanders and Broncos. Boy, this is a boring one.
Yeah.
Broncos minus 184. Commanders plus 156. The Broncos were laying field goal and a half. And then 39 points is your total. Dale, do the honors here.
I don't know. The Commanders, really? I mean, they almost just gave the game to Arizona, who wants to lose every week. So I can't ever trust them. Take the Broncos. What is it, 3.5?
3.5, yeah.
All right.
Bite on the
whatever.
hook, though, right?
It could be 9. Take the Broncos.
All right, Daryl.
Who's the coach over there in Denver?
Sean Payton.
What a dip nits. Onside kick on the first play of the game.
He did?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't see
did.
that.
Terrible. How can you do that? He did it in the Super Bowl, too.
He won the Super Bowl.
He's a punk.
It's hard to bet on the Broncos. And I want to bet on the Commodes.
You want to take the Commodes. That's risky
But
business there.
I'm going to leave it alone. Something didn't seem right about the Commanders last week. I thought they'd be middle of the road at worst this year. And last week they looked like they were bottom. They
Yeah,
Front of the road?
whatever it would
End
be.
of the road?
Yeah, top of the road.
Whatever road it is, it's not a good one. It's
Did you
Road
play on
less
that?
traveled.
Yeah.
yes. So you got to just leave it alone. I'm not that good of a handicapper to know which way to go on it. I think there's too many uncertains.
Sure. Richie?
God, this game is terrible as well. I mean, I do not want to even talk about it. But, I will talk about it because this game has 6-3 written all over it. I don't know who's going to win, but I'm dipping the Broncos with the under, maybe.
6-3. What is this like?
This
Purdue,
game sucks.
Michigan.
This is terrible.
1993
I don't know what's wrong with
or something like that.
What's wrong with Wilson? He's got he's broken. He's got receivers all over the place. Come on.
Tell you what, you read my mind here. This is an underplay. I got him at 33.5. Line's 39. My time's up. But you could also look at taking. Oh boy, you could. I'm not even going to say it. I put it in green there just because it goes through the key number, but I'm not going to do that personally. So
Leave it alone.
I'm leaving that alone.
Degenerate.
Leaving that one
Revisit
alone.
week 5.
Terrible.
Yeah, Dolphins at the Pats. Patriots plus 133. Dolphins minus 156. 3 points, field goal for the spread there that the Pats are getting against your Dolphins. Your Tua seasoned Dolphins, I guess it would be.
Here's the deal.
46.5. Ross Perot, what do you
If
got?
Tua is healthy, you cannot bet against the Dolphins. Period. Could be the best team in the league. But the problem is he's merely a shoelace tackle away from being out
Yeah,
for this.
not much, right?
No. So
I wouldn't take a future there
I
on
would.
the Dolphins
I,
for
I,
anything.
I don't know how you maybe bet them for the first half every week or
Yeah,
something.
First
quarter.
quarter. I
First quarter.
That might be it. Yeah, you might be right.
I took a first quarter
Too
bet
dangerous.
this year.
Too
interesting play.
dangerous.
Yeah,
Best quarterback to never make it through a.
half a season.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how to put it other than that. There's no way. There's no way this guy's going to play in every game. And the problem is, if he gets another concussion, it's got to be a end of season situation, and then we'll revisit it again in 2024.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm
Dale?
done.
No, I was looking at my watch.
Well, you only took 52
You look
seconds.
at your
It's
watch.
throwing
I know
his
what
kickoff
that
here.
means.
Yeah, seen that before. Patriots, take them.
Yeah.
Patriots.
I think the public plays the Patriots. I'm not touching this game, but I'll watch it. Seems interesting. It's funny. Every time I think of a game going to under, just because Belichick seems to be able to scheme for these guys. I see Jim drops a 40.8, so I think we're going to play the under in this game.
Yeah, that'd be my play as well.
I think the Pats know
I'd go on
that,
the under there.
if Pats don't muddle things up, they got no chance, right?
Right.
Yeah, Sunday night. Keep
All I
it
heard
low,
about was
keep
Mac
it slow.
Jones an hour ago.
Slow and low.
Oh, that's true. That is a
Mac
Sunday night
Jones
game.
won't do it again.
We got two games on Monday this week. We got
Both trash.
the Saints at the Panthers. The Panthers are plus 143 dogs. You got the Saints minus 167. Panthers getting 3, and then 39.5 is your total. Let's start with Rich on this one.
I would guess the public's going to be 80% on the Saints just because the Panthers literally have nobody on offense except Hayden Hurst and the fellow from Alabama. But I would take the Panthers, if anything, on this game, but I'm not going to touch it. But if I were, I'd take the Panthers. Did you see that? That was 20 seconds, Daryl.
What about the Okie from Muskogee? Chumba. What?
Hubbard?
Yes.
Hubbard.
I didn't even know he was on the Panthers still.
Isn't he on the Panthers?
I have no idea.
I don't know. This game and the next one you're going to announce is it's everything that week 1 had in terms of prime time is not there in
Week 2 doesn't have?
No,
It's almost like Tigers opening day, and here's your game 2.
the same game at 8 o'clock at night, right? So I don't know. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah, geez, leave it alone is right. How do you
Dale, I need to double. I'm down $180. What do I do?
180?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, I can't have a losing week and lose my house.
You put it on the Saints. I'm leaving it alone. You should put it on the Saints.
Only thing I got here, guys, is
Well, there's
gonna
another
be
game
a,
on Monday night. You can totally defer to Monday night.
It's another underplay. A lot of unders this
Always
past
save
week.
something for Monday night, baby.
All right. And then last but not least, the Browns at the Stillers. Stillers plus 112 on the money line. Browns minus 131. Stillers getting 2.5 at home with a total of 38.5. Dale, since you're our guest, you
Is
can
anybody
finish us off here.
is anybody within those two states watching this game?
That's
Unless
a
they
fun
got
game.
a betting problem.
That's
a
an
very
AFC North.
regional game for sure. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
I guess
enjoy
it'll
it, though.
probably be close.
Yeah.
Steelers are embarrassed. Browns are coming
Not
off
as bad
a high.
as the first game.
Steelers home dogs. Why not? It wouldn't shock me at all if Tomlin had those guys fight. He knows how to get guys a little bit fired up. Number 22, like they got some things going for them. I take the Steelers.
all right, D-Dub.
Stillers, what a joke last week. I mean, that's what we see
Sure.
at the start of the season. It seems like they always play this way. And then at the end of the season, they're going to be fighting to get to 9 or 10 wins and a potential tie to miss out on the playoffs. So ignore this game, but it just seems like the wrong place, wrong time.
What year was the last year the Steelers had an offense that was worthwhile?
Oh, Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown
Yeah, how long ago was
with
that?
Bell.
Was that-
Bell, Brown,
year
and
was that?
who was the kid
Bell
from
Brown, the Killer Bees.
who was the kid from USC, the wide receiver?
Oh, he sucked.
Rich's favorite. He was one of your favorites at one
I
point in
don't think
time.
so. I doubt it.
Mike Williams.
I don't like any
no, he was
receivers from
good.
USC.
Rich, what do you think?
Honestly.
What do you got in this game? To wrap this up.
I mean, I understand the Tomlin factor, but I have a feeling. I like the Browns
Wrap up
this
this
year.
game.
I think the Browns offense. I like Watson. I like the running backs. I like Cooper, Amari style. And I like their defense. I don't know. I have a weird feeling the Browns win this game, but if I'm down, which I won't be, I would take the Browns.
All right. And I, ladies and gentlemen, have absolutely nothing on this. And we did it. That was the whole NFL in approximately 30 minutes.
That's my favorite segment.
I know. I love that segment. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
30 minutes or so.
I mean, all I need is 30 seconds of Daryl's minute. Feels good.
Yeah, it feels good.
That
We should call it
sounds a little
Daryl's Minute is what we should
nefarious.
call it from now on. All right, you know what we didn't do? We didn't go over last week's picks. You guys have anything? Rich, you got, I know you went
Yeah,
three
I'm
for
about to
three
talk about
week.
last week's picks.
You sure you want to talk about those?
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
All right, go
Right,
ahead.
a
This
couple
whole year I've
overs,
been betting against you guys every week.
That's usually the
Don't
right
bet
thing to
against
do.
Jimmy, but Rich last week was on fire. Tell us about it, Rich, in a minute.
Coach Prime, once again, did not disappoint. So last year, Nebraska played Oklahoma last year, and they had a -7. And I remember talking to you guys. I'm like, why is this game -7? I only threw $25 on it. And lo and behold, a bad Oklahoma team beat Nebraska 56-7 that week, or something close. Okay?
It sounds like you're keeping receipts.
I'm keeping receipts. So like this year, I'm like, I felt it was the same type of game. Like people were afraid to bet that game, but I love Colorado. Was that my Ram at home? I think it was, right?
Did you have a Ram it last week? I think you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was my Ram at home. I mean, it was a blowout. It was over before third quarter was over. I mean, loved it. I had over on Texas, Alabama. That covered easily. And North Carolina, I did have a little luck with some overtime, but I will take it. That's part of betting over.
It's about luck. D-Dub, you have anything you want to talk
About
about? You had a
last
nice
week?
parlay. You had that. Let me put the numbers up here so we can see where we're at. We got Richie still a little bit underwater for his lifetime, minus 2.63 units or 4.7%. D-Dub having a little trouble here the last few weeks, but get back on track. Down.
I like the way you put that, though.
Well, I don't want to. It happens. We all go through that. Minus 11.14 units, 19.89. Tones down 5.44 units, minus 10.88%. I'm the only one that has a green color on my thing. But
What's
that'll
that
probably
green color
change.
mean?
That means I'm above zero, I guess is what it
Oh.
is. So I'm only up plus 1.74 units for the group. We're getting our ass kicked. Minus 17.47 units or 8.24%. Although I will say there is a bright spot here. And the bright spot is, what is my bright spot? Oh, yeah. Collectively, we're up 9.52 on NFL.
Let's go.
9.52 units.
I'm pretty
After
sure I
1 week.
destroyed
That's
the
very
30-minute segment last week. We go back on that tape. I would like to see my record because I was just on spot, as they say.
I'll tell you what.
Humility has never been a problem for Richard.
No, Rich
either.
never had a problem with that. I'll tell you, the 9.52 includes a preseason, though. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's different.
And well, it's NFL. And
Sure.
not to brag, but
It all
7.5
counts.
of those are mine.
Yeah, but you did pretty bad on the NFL draft, if I remember correctly.
I didn't do good on that.
Did not
No,
predict the first
I didn't.
pick overall.
That was, I
You
think,
had
the only thing we had on that. I
Stroud?
did. I did. Yeah, okay, so Daryl, you have nothing to add. Dale, did you have anything last week that really intrigued you? Maybe a big underdog that came home or something?
Last week, no. All I had was both of my picks last week were I had a winner, I had a loser, I had 0. I was mush last week, like coffee cake.
You were mush.
Put them in the
Drake's.
closet.
All right. I was last week. I said I was going to go 6 for 6. I went 5 for 6, and the one that did not come home was college football. Joe's college football pick. All the NFL picks came home last week. So if you were paying attention,
Darn it! I said I was going to tell
you said you were going to
and
tell
I did
me.
not.
I wouldn't tell me this week though. That was just a
Wow.
fluke last
Missed
week.
it. I missed
JT,
it.
I tell you, your numbers are always so much better than what the big kahunas set it at.
Well, I appreciate that. We work on that. Well, the royal we. Is
Yeah.
that is that what that is?
Thank
The royal
you.
we. All right, let's do some. You guys want to do some top picking?
These are the top picks.
These are the top picks. Now, I always start with Rich. Let me start with Daryl today.
Show me my picks then.
Here they are. They're coming up on the screen.
Chiefs.
Well, we don't have
That we
time.
talked about that. I'm putting half my unit on that. Half all my units.
Shit, you put
6.
three. You put 3 on that.
I put 3 on it. Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, so 3
You got a
units on
problem
the
with that?
Chiefs, laying 3. No, it's
Yeah.
bold. That's bold. All right. All right.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. It seems like they always beat them by at least a touchdown.
Okay.
So yeah,
All
and
right.
then bring
Oh,
it
I'm
back
sorry,
up,
bring it
please.
back there
Thank
for you?
you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
got it. You got-
Justin Jefferson over 92.5 yards tonight. I think they're just going to be airing it out. They're going to be down by 10 in a matter of moments, and then they're just going to be firing it. It's going to be a losing effort, but Jefferson over. He didn't have a great week 1 per se, but good enough, and he'll be back this week for sure.
Okay. Remember
Probably
now
about
the Eagles up 3-0 by
yards.
the way.
Yeah.
With was it 8:33 left in the first?
Did they just turn it over, or did I?
No, they recovered the kick.
Okay.
I got a field goal out of the garbage man. The garbage man that played.
Yeah, Tony Danza.
There you go.
Oregon State, the Beavers are out of Corvallis, Oregon.
Best nickname in college football.
These guys are headed up by old John Smith.
Nice.
familiar?
John L. Smith?
Nope, not him. And it's not the John Smith from the Green Street Tavern either.
And we're giving it all away.
It's Jonathan Smith from Corvallis, and he's the real deal. That's the guy. If I had to put one guy that I would like my Spartans to hire, that would be the guy.
John L. Smith.
No, it's
Jonathan
John
Smith.
Been there,
Smith.
done that.
Yep. I would,
Coaches are screwing it
yeah,
up.
Jonathan Smith. It's not to be confused with John L. And he's the real deal.
I've
Holy
seen
deal.
enough John Smiths in my lifetime.
He was
All
the guy. Are we in a hurry here, Jimmy? Seems like you're in a rush here.
Well,
Is there
the game-
something
the
going
game
An
on?
has
hour and a
kicked
half,
off.
so we're just trying
Can
to.
I keep going with my pick,
Go ahead.
or do you want me to
The
game's
cut it
already
off?
kicked.
I'm
We
about
got-
to put it on the screen here for you, pal.
God dang.
Take it easy.
So back up
Man.
here. I'm still talking about the Beavers.
Oh, geez. Okay, we're still going.
Jonathan Smith. You know that the Washington Huskers went to the playoffs.
Washington Huskers.
Playoffs.
Washington Huskies.
Huskies.
Washington Huskies. I think you.
You said
misheard.
Huskers.
I think you misheard me.
Replay that, sir.
I think you misheard me. The Huskies actually went to the playoffs in this modern era of college football playoffs.
Okay.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
I wouldn't think that.
And lost to Alabama.
Yeah. You know who the offensive coordinator was? One Jonathan Smith.
John L. Smith.
Not John L.
L's
No,
for
Oh, no, John
Lansing.
L. Okay.
Rest in peace.
Is he all really for Lansing?
He's not dead.
He's not?
I don't think so.
Oh. That's different than I remember. But nevertheless,
We would have given him a shout out if he was dead.
Jonathan Smith, I like the fella, and so far the Beavers 2-0, covered both times, and they're going to do it again against San Diego State. Now,
Are
if
you-
you're
are you
ready to
ready-
move on to the
are you-
next
are
pick,
you ready for
Jimmy,
your next
if
pick?
you're ready to move on, then let's go.
Here we go. We got Penn State Nittany Lions
Penn
minus
State.
14.
Who's the coach of Penn State again? Remind me, Jimmy.
Not John L. Smith. I can tell
No,
you that
from
much.
Not-
Vanderbilt.
Say again.
He came from Vanderbilt.
What's his name?
I don't know. He looks like,
Looks like the guy from Key and Peele.
yes.
I guess we're all drawing a blank on his name.
Franklin?
Franklin.
Yes.
James Franklin.
Franklin. Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
There's a guy that
Not
knows.
a president.
There's a guy that knows the spread.
Good
in
call,
the,
Rich.
There's a guy that knows the spread every
Show's
week.
educational too. You think it's,
Big guy use that $100 bill.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyhow, it's 14.5. I know you'd like to move that to 14 or 13.5, and by all means do it. But I think probably about a 17-point victory here for Penn State. It's not much, but that's a guy that knows the line, and he seems to like to cover it for no reason. So bet Franklin, bet Penn State, and that's all I got.
all right.
Move on.
Next up, it's our honor to have the original Dub, Dale Dub, and his top picks this week. What do you got here, buddy?
Well,
How about
looks
them
like,
Cowboys?
Your Cowboys. That's a slam dunk. Are you for real? I mean, they're not even going to give up a point. The points I made earlier, Zach Wilson's going to be done.
So is
Do you
the
think he looks
question
like
is,
a deer in
is it going
headlights
to be
now?
10-0 Dale or 8-0? That's the question, right?
Wait, do you know they got CD Lamb?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
they got Tony Pollard? You know the defense is going to get at least 3 touchdowns. This game might be better than 40-0.
You know who I really
Take
like
the
on the
boys.
special teams is that Turpin.
Turpin's fantastic.
Dude, I love
Are
that.
you kidding me?
He's due for a touchdown so bad right now.
So yeah, find him on your. Go scroll down a little ways on your DraftKings board there and pick him up. Probably 1,300 to 1.
Towards the bottom,
Take
but it's
it.
okay.
NFL Titans, for reasons I said earlier, I just can't figure out why. Tannehill played as the worst quarterback in the league, and Henry was underused, and Vrabel, whatever, he's a bozo, but he's smart enough to figure it out. Eckler and Bosa are both dinged up. We'll see how that goes, so that's why I choose them.
I should note too that you have 3 units on the Cowboys. I mean, this is a big.
Yeah, that's a slam dunk.
That's a
Jeez,
ram at
Jets.
home, almost.
Yeah, I just can't get over. I just think the Jets are so horrible. Unless they bring Tom Brady in this week, then I don't think they're going to get a score anything.
How were you able to
K-State.
put your own odds in there? Was it Vinny Goombats?
That's how I get them. I don't know what you guys do. You guys do all these, I got this website. I got this.
I didn't see
app.
the override
You know what I do? I go
function
see the guy in the corner.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, I'm over at Freddy's bar. I'm sitting on the corner. Come and tell me what the lines are. K-State is that next one I got
That's
there?
the next
K-State.
one.
Are you kidding me? That's a slam dunk all night long. Okay,
On the road.
Big 12 champs. Let's see. Returning quarterback, returning offensive line. If I ever bet college football, that's where I put it at. I say who's bringing back the quarterback and who's bringing back the offensive line, and they have all 5 of them coming back. Put your money on them.
Hogs, dogs, frogs, and cats.
That's right. And then if you're gonna, are you doing? Hey, I didn't see anybody's numbers, but I didn't want to be that guy. But Rich, are you betting Fresno this week?
I did not bet Fresno.
love
I did not
Fresno.
see this game, because I picked 4 NCAAs. But now that I see this, then
Yeah, come on.
Wow, are you kidding me on
Take
this
everything
one?
you did all day
This
Saturday.
might be clean out the bourbon. I might have to go double. Can I double Raymond home?
You can do whatever you want, man. This is.
I'd have 8 picks this week.
That's right. I mean, as long as we stay within the parameters of 6 units, you can ram whatever you like home.
I'm on board with this one.
Since Rich and everybody else in the Midwest needs something to double down on at the end of the night,
Oh, absolutely.
10:30 p.m. kick. Get yourself a big
a
tall
fun
glass of
one.
Weller's.
This sounds like a ye old saloon type of game.
Ooh, this is a total yield. This is a nice call.
the time of night I'm breaking out the Arby's milkshake and the Gatorade.
Ooh, Jamocha shake.
Jamocha shake.
You might need that in the morning. All I know is lay everything you got on Fresno because Are you seriously considering ASU covering 3 points? I'm not.
I know.
Take Fresno.
That's a broken team.
And that's my 5-star Millennium lock. See ya.
I
Love
like
it.
it.
Herm
I like
Edwards
it.
isn't walking through that door.
That's
You know
a good
what
thing.
happened last year when he got fired?
They won, right?
They won. They won big. They covered and they won big and they covered the week after. That's why I was a little bit scared. That's why I didn't want to bet the Mel Tucker game this week because sometimes when those guys get canned,
Yep.
the team
Team
rallies
rallies.
and says, "Yeah, that guy was no good. Like we don't need him anyways." And they just come
Absolutely.
back and they just kill it. So yeah, I looked at that Michigan State game pretty hard, but I stayed away.
Yeah,
Off.
we had the same conversation.
Rally around the family.
All right.
I love that pick.
What do I got here? A lot of this is
Wow.
from my.
Go 3-0. I got pushed to the back. Unbelievable.
Well, you know why? I can't find your graphics for some reason. They never came over to me. You put them in while we were doing the show. I don't know if it's going to take me a second, but anyway, let's go.
right.
I got, let's see, what do I have here? I got the Packers and Falcons over 40. We already talked about these, over 40. I got the Seahawks and Lions over 47. This one we didn't talk about. Derrick Henry over 78.5 rushing yards. That's at DraftKings. There's no reason why that guy's not going to hit 100 this week. So I am going with that. These are all one unit, by the way. We got Commodes and Broncos under 39.5 for the total. I got the Jags. Sorry, guys, but I got the Jags plus 3.5. That one's at BetMGM minus 110. And then Stephon Diggs, your boy, Richie. I got your boy over 74.5 receiving yards. And again, I think this is another one where you probably see him knocking on the door of 100. So I'm pretty comfortable with that 74.5. Tones in absentia sent me his picks. He's taken Penn State minus 14.5 at minus 110, BetMGM.
No, you're screwed, Daryl.
He's
Said
not here to
he's gonna
defend
bush him?
himself.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got Tennessee minus 6.5, minus 110. That's at Florida. That's Saturday at 7. You got Western Michigan plus 28.5 against Iowa. That's a pretty interesting call, I thought. We talked about that. It's going to be a 3:30 game on Saturday. Also got the Eagles minus laying 6.5 tonight. What is the score? Still 3-0.
Yep.
3:51 left in the first. He's taken the Lions minus the 5.5, so his opinion varied, I think, or differed a little bit from what ours collectively was here. And then Tampa Bay minus 2.5. 1 o'clock game. Tampa Bay laying 2.5. And Rich, if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves for a minute here, I will see if I can't figure out how to get your picks over.
I was actually going to say, Daryl, I was getting excited for you. The Vikings returned it down the 30-yard line. The guy on a punt, and he fumbled
And it was recovered, eh?
by the Eagles. But then they just turned it over on Minnesota 45. So
That over
picked
is-
off by the old 25 there.
That over is looking pretty good, too. So
Why wouldn't you jump on that?
Did we have the over there?
I think I said, if anything, it'd probably be a potential. I mean, I
I took the over on that game, I think. And
A
'cause
teaser
it was a booster on DK, so I threw
Yeah.
$10 at it or something like that.
a teaser would have been, the Vikings with the extra points and the over. But, I had that DK special that Rich is talking about.
There was
First one up by 7 is an automatic victory on the
Yep.
money line. And obviously it's not going to be the Vikings. I'm
Well,
already
if they
counting
score a
them out.
touchdown here, you might get up by 7 still. I mean, right?
I guess.
That's possible.
I'm not feeling as optimistic after quarter one.
Yeah, that's possible. Let me see. This might have fixed it here.
But, I mean, the fact they got I mean, if you get a field goal here, right, then anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen, Melissa. I was only going to accept the winnings on that bet if it was in the first quarter. So
You declined the winnings? How does that happen?
I don't want it.
You know, it's funny. I won the speaking of the up 7 deal. I took the Bills money line, and even though they lost, they were up 13-3. So I scored on that, and then actually,
Was that a 7-point one or a 10-point one? Because I know DK does both.
I
Of
think for
those.
some reason it was 10 points that
Yeah.
game, and
Yeah.
they got up 10.
Good enough.
And then they also had first team to the red zone, and for some reason they showed the Jets being the first team in the red zone because they were like a plus 135, so I took it.
Okay.
Just because you want the better odds. And somehow I cashed that. But I looking at the drive charts, I thought for sure the Buffalo was in the red zone before the Jets.
I don't know, but man, what an exciting game that was. If you stuck around for
yeah,
the
it
whole
was a
thing.
fun game.
It was fun
What a
talking to you guys about it.
Fun game that was.
It was fantastic as I watched the final play of the game. Made me lose my fantasy.
That's the worst.
Was tough.
That's the worst.
Before you move on, Jimmy,
Yeah.
Dale, the way he lost in our other league that we all beside you are in, was something else. He lost on the old what do you call that, Rich? Point adjustment.
Rouge?
Adjustment.
Oh, the CBS scoring adjustment.
CBS scoring adjustment.
It's been a while since I've seen
What
one
is
of
that?
those.
Both teams were finished as of Sunday night.
Okay.
Both fantasy teams.
I already popped the cork and I was spending money.
Yeah, you're yeah.
He had a one,
shopping on Amazon.
He had a
instantly?
one. It could have been. I don't know exactly what it was. It could have been 1.99 But by God, it was a 2-point adjustment, and he lost the game.
I lost by yes. I lost on the CBS Sports adjustments and
Jacksonville came through with an extra recovery or something.
ridiculous.
That's weak.
You would think they'd have better people on the statistician.
You would think so.
CBS is the
A
king
name like
of
CBS. Come on.
So I lose that, and then I lose in the final play of the Jets game to lose in my other league.
Oh,
It's just been a rough
I hate when that
rough
happens.
week.
Yeah.
yeah.
Richie, I got your picks here, buddy. Go ahead.
Well, thanks. As I see, Philadelphia has another turnover on the. Now they're on the Minnesota 40, so they could get up 7 real quick here,
Yeah.
maybe.
I like
Anyways,
that.
Dale, I'm on board with you. I love that Wildcat pick. I had -4, and I think you had -3, so I'm losing out on that one a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The Wildcats could win that game by at least 10.
Yep.
App State, East Carolina. Are you kidding me? Like East Carolina's dud this year. They got nobody coming back. App State's got a lot of guys coming back. App State took North Carolina to the very end last week. They get a nice home game. It's a beautiful campus. I'm taking App State there for 8.5. Jimmy, I need that thing up there one more time. Thank you. And then I've seen enough of the Gophers play enough against the Huskers to know that they suck and they won't score, and that the quarterback Mayo down there in North Carolina, he's going to put up at least 30 this weekend. So my guess is the Gophers won't come close to 20. So take North Carolina there.
Okay. Also, you have.
Keep it rolling.
Sorry.
I think we're missing a pick here, but you know what? Take the Bengals -3. I like that a lot. Bounce back weekend. They're going to win by at least 3. Worst case is we tie. Lions. We talked about earlier. I think they're going to come out, and I think the Seahawks are the one team they really want to lay it to because of what happened last year. So I really like the Lions a lot there.
A room divided.
And then you had my what we have over 40 Ram at home, Atlanta somebody.
Yes, that was a Ram at home.
Yeah, and then Dale had Fresno State. Throw it on there. I don't know. I guess I got 8 picks this week.
I'm with you
Just
on all
keeps
8 of
naming
them.
picks. So anything else?
I mean, here's the thing: when you're winning, I don't see a problem of gambling. So keep it rolling. I love week 1 and 2, especially in college football, because I don't think the guys have adjusted yet. I find like week 1 through 4, I can do really well every year. Then it gets a little dicey 5 through the rest of the year, because what happens is they adjust, the guys adjust, the lines adjust, and then also the top teams start getting injuries. And once those guys start getting hurt, you start seeing a bunch of more upsets come rolling around. And it becomes harder to pick. Not saying you can't win some, but just saying weird things start to happen around week 5 through 7. That's my opinion.
That's a great point there, Rich. You can always find the anomalies in the first week or two where the lines are ridiculous.
Right.
You gotta
like
get
Colorado
them,
last week.
and you got to jump on them. Well, no, I don't know. That was a little bit of a different story, but I think that you got to find them, and you can go find them in the weird spots, right? These days it's a little bit easier because it's easy to find everything wherever you want it. But if you can go find a crazy MAC team with number 7 versus number 8 in the MAC, but the line is 6 or 7 points off, you got to jump on it. That's why what JT does is so important. He's putting his spread together on these games, and he'll find them.
Yeah, that is the key. That's what
I
I
wish
do.
you'd explore the college ranks a little more.
There's only so many hours in the day that I got. That I
Don't
can
you think
devote to
there's
this.
more like volatility there? Or
Oh,
is that
sure.
bad? Is that
sure.
maybe that's a bad thing?
But
on your
I'm more
end?
of an NFL fan than I am a college fan.
Yeah.
I watch NFL games a lot more than college games. So
You went straight to the pros when you were coming out of high school.
That's
if I
right.
remember correctly.
You almost remembered correctly. You were damn close there to what actually happened. We do have some trivia real quick. We got to just run through the answer to that. I know you guys already got that. I'll be buying the beer next week. What college did Donovan McNabb attend? The correct answer was Syracuse. Syracuse played there from 94 to 98 before he was drafted in the first round by your up 3-0 in the first Philadelphia Eagles.
Chunky Sue.
He liked this chunky, man. Let's see. Do I have those answers?
wasn't
I know
really his
Rich
mom.
wrote something down somewhere.
Was it? She was an actress?
I heard that.
You gotta be kidding me.
So yeah, I'm buying the beer on that since everybody got it right. Rich says Syracuse Orange Man mascot is really fun and cute. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Cute for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about fun, but cute.
I mean, I'd hire him to hang out at my party.
Ask Mike
Shut
Tirico.
Mike Tirico.
Who was,
I like
who
Mike
was the one that was going down on the elevator? Was that the New Jersey Devil? Remember that?
Ooh, in an
down.
elevator, you say? And that was
That was on
Joe Perry or Steve Perry. Well, no, Joe Perry.
I think they wanted to go up, but the Devil shook his head like, nope.
Nope.
There's only one direction we're heading.
Those were cute, man. Cute commercials. All right, shout out time. Shout out time. Richie, you want to start?
Shout out.
I'm going to shout out to myself for going 3-0. Because I'm awesome.
Not the way this
Everything
works.
is awesome.
Shout
Everything
out.
is cool.
Too rich.
Shout
Okay.
out to me because I'm 3-0.
That's terrible.
Going
I'm gonna cut him off.
ramming
Yeah,
home
please.
5-0.
Shout out.
Shout out JT over there because he's the only one that really puts the time into the numbers to give us an idea of where things should end up.
I
So
appreciate that.
I shoot you out.
You shoot me
If
out.
I had
Shout
a gun,
out.
I'd shoot you, brother.
I guess. Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think
I'm-
that's good.
I'm on board with that shout out for sure.
Dale, what do you got, buddy?
I'm giving that to you too, and I'm also gonna
Shout
give
out.
it to my boy Anthony, not Anthony here, but my son Anthony, who lit it up last night at the 7th grade level, just firing touchdowns, and I think he threw for about 200 yards. So
Wow.
I got to give him a lot of credit last night.
Totally.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Gonna see him on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Friday Night
all.
Lights.
All right. Cool.
Shout out.
I only got one shout out this week. I got my boy Kosher Mike again for
Shout
dropping off some
Jeepers
really nice
creepers.
bourbon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
Pretty good?
Oh no,
Fantastic.
actually I got two. I got Dale Dub, the original dub.
Shout
Total
out.
shout out. Thanks for pinch hitting, man, on a short notice.
You name it,
We really
I'll be
appreciate
here.
it. You do bring a lot to the show, so we appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being here. One quick show note is next week. Next week I'm going to be gone, and Tones is going to be gone. We're going to be in sunny
Sounds like a pretty good
Orlando.
show.
We're gonna not have a live show next week, so there'll be no live show next week. But we will get out our top picks as well as our numbers on Thursday. I'll do it from real quick, like I did in Vegas. I'll do it from Florida, and but we'll be back the following week, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I think that's gonna do it. See you guys next Thursday.
Fantastic.